What is up, guys? Back with another video, and today I'm going to talk about why men are not chasing anymore. So many women approach me and say, why are guys just not chasing? Where is the guy that's going to pursue me, try to take me out on dates, try to wine and dine me? Where are those guys at? Where are the good guys at? I got you. And in this video, I'm going to explain why, number one, guys are not chasing. Number two, a story of mine where I became a guy that chased a woman and how it happened. And last but not least, how you can get men to be obsessed with you, desire you, crave you, and really be the man that is pursuing you. So let's talk about why guys are not chasing anymore. And I'm going to be a little harsh here. The first part of this video is probably something that a lot of women are not going to like. And the reality is men don't want to sign up to pay a bill. Most women don't understand that dating is expensive. Dating is a luxury. If you want to have a woman in your life, you got to pay for her, entertain her, do all sorts of things that are not necessarily the most financially smart decision for a guy. A lot of guys can't afford to date women. And I tell this to men, like, if you don't got money, don't date. And that leaves a small percentage of men out there, like 10 to 5% of men that can really date the way that you want them to. Take you out on the dinners, take you out to events. A lot of guys just don't have the money. And even if they do have the money, they're probably investing it into bettering their life, getting a new car, upgrading their apartment, doing different things in their life to help them live a higher quality of life. And so a lot of men are not in the category to pay for things, and a lot of men that are in the category to pay for things still have to invest into themselves. And the ones that have the money have all the leverage. They're talking to multiple women, and look, they don't even want to chase because they got a bunch of girls hitting them up. They're already at the top level. They've got money, girls know it, and girls are pursuing them. So it seems like the world is really bleak. And I just want to ground everybody here for a reality check. It is 2025. Women can work. Women can do all the things that a man can do. And for you to think that a man is just going to come into your life and take care of everything, look, that can happen. I wish it for every single one of you. But it has to be earned. And a lot of women that say, oh, what I bring to the table, I am the table. Like all this kind of stuff, that has to go away. Many women are very delusional about what dating is, and that gives a massive opportunity for the ones that want to win. It gives them an edge. It gives them a complete Hail Mary, you're gonna knock it down, because there are so many women that just suck when it comes to dating. Look, men want something from a relationship more than just sex. They want connection. They want love. They want to be nurtured. They want to be taken care of. Just because you can cook and clean and do the laundry and clean the place doesn't mean you're better than every other woman out there. Every girl can do this. Every girl I've dated has done that. So let me tell you something, okay? You want to get a man to be obsessed with you, you've got to get him obsessed with you. And I'm going to break down how it happened to me. I was talking to a girl a while ago, and the first thing that she did when we first met up, I was going for a walk with my dog. I'm like, you're more than welcome to join me if you want to. She's like, I'd love to join you. I'd love to get to know you. I'll come on the walk with your dog. Awesome. Cool. She brought me a little plate of food, in a meal prep container. And I'm like, you didn't have to bring this to me. And she's like, I just wanted to bring you something, and I thought you might like it. So she brings me the food, and I eat the food, and it's really good. Like, it's amazing. She cooks really good. And I tell her, like, wow, this was really good. Like, if you cook like this all the time, I'd be really happy. She's like, I'll bring you some more next time we meet. So we meet again, and she brings me 3 or 4, meal preps. Really good food, by the way. I'm like, you didn't have to bring this, but I didn't think she was going to bring it. And she's like, yeah, you told me to bring it. And I was like, well, I was being sarcastic, but I'm really glad that you did. Can I pay you for these, or can I compensate you in some way? Because it's not free to cook. And so she's like, no, you don't have to. I really appreciate it. Like, I just want you to be, I want you to like the food, and I would love to cook for you, but I just don't have a lot of money to invest in the cooking. So I'm like, let me give you some money. You can go buy groceries for me if you're down. And she's like, yeah, I'd absolutely love to. So now I got a girl that I'm going on, dates with, talking to, and she's about to meal prep for me. She's already standing out. And a lot of you ladies right now, let me pause this and just say, a lot of you might be like, oh, I would never do this unless it's my boyfriend. I would never do it. I understand where you're coming from, but this is how I started dating her. So she makes all these meal preps, and she says, can I drop them off? Now, if you guys know me, if you guys watch my videos and you really know my lifestyle, I pretty much sit in front of my computer all day and just work. That's all I do. All day, every day, I'm sitting in front of my computer, I'm just working, and that's my life. So I'm like, hey, I'm gonna be in Zoom meetings for the next 3 hours. I'm not gonna be able to even talk to you, so come over after so I can actually give you attention and talk to you. She's like, no, it's fine, I'll come over earlier, I'll just drop it off and I'll hang out for a little bit. I'm like, I'm not gonna be able to talk to you, I feel bad. She's like, no, that's okay. She drops the food off, organizes it in my fridge, cleans my fridge, cleans my kitchen, walks my dog. I come out of the meeting, I'm like, you didn't have to do all this. And she's like, well, I just wanted to tidy up. And you know what? She started doing stuff like this to a point where a month later, I'm like looking for my keys. I can't even find them. All my stuff's organized. And I basically have to call her for things that I need. And I was like, man, I need this girl. So I started dating her. And long story short, she embedded herself into my life, brought so much value up front that I was like, dude, I can't afford not to date this girl. She makes sense for me. She made it easy for me. She made the choice very obvious that, hey, I need somebody like you in my life. She showed me something that I didn't have before. And that's a secret to getting a man being obsessed with you. You have to integrate yourself into his life. Now, does that mean that you should go the same route that she did, do the meal preps and stuff like that? If you want to, you could. But don't just sit there and have a man take you on a date and do absolutely nothing. Most women get taken on dates and they just sit there and they're just not fun. They don't add anything to the conversation. They're just nothing but a face and a body. And I don't expect those girls to be listening to this right now because I think everybody listening to this is smart. They want to win. They want to get ahead. So I know a lot of you have a lot to add to a conversation. I know a lot of you can do so much for a man. Show him a little bit of that. It's free for you to do. It's only going to take you a little bit of time and effort. But do things for a man. Write him a little note. Help him out in his life. If he's a real estate agent, be like, hey, I don't know if you were looking at these, but here's a few real estate deals. If, he's in insurance like myself, say, hey, look, I have a few people that you could talk to for insurance. That immediately shows a guy, man, this girl is going to upgrade my life. The girls that I have dated have upgraded my life. They have motivated me. They have genuinely tried to help me in my business. And they have just loved me and cared about me and emotionally centered me so I become better. If you're going to come into a man's life and you're just going to want him to invest, spend money, spend time, entertain you, this, that, and third, it ain't worth it for any guy. I'll tell the guy right now, drop her. She is not worth it. Be an asset in a man's life. Be an investment even more in a man's life. Like when you can transform a man with your feminine energy and motivate him and get him going, that is where he's like, yo, I need this woman. I'm obsessed with her. I can't let go of her. Men become obsessed when they really, really find value in something. Look, a guy can be obsessed with you initially, but that's just lust. That's just lust, baby. That don't mean anything. That's just going to go right when he gets a little bit of a nut. That's it. The lust, once it goes to a bust, is done. Okay. So that might feel good. That might look good. He might be able to get you a few things, but if he's getting you clothes, if he's buying you a dinner, it doesn't add any value to your life in the grand scheme of things. All these girls being taken out to all these nice dinners and all these nice restaurants. What does that do for you? How is that making you money? How is that helping you? Being taken to a nice dinner feeds you for a second, and it's probably not the healthiest food, and next thing you know, you're hungry again in like 5 hours. It's not worth it. It's not worth your time. The food is not even that good for you. And what does it do? It's much better to invest into a man that's going to make sense for you and then get him to a point where he's like, yo, I need you. I can't live without you. Like, you help me in my life. That is a secret right there. And a lot of women don't know that they can do this. You come into a man's life, you start giving him stuff, you start doing stuff for him. And I'm not saying the first date you meet him, just go do his laundry. I'm not saying that. I'm not saying go clean his dishes. But if the opportunity presents itself and you can better his life in any way, shape, or form, do that. Men are looking for people that can help them, that can build them. No man is looking for a girl to just sign up and that's a transactional relationship. At that point, you might as well just get a prostitute. And there's a reason why some of the richest men in the world get prostitutes and escorts instead of just, hanging out with women out there in the world. You might think that prostitutes and escorts deal with brokies and losers. No, they're dealing with the highest of highest, the most millionaire ballers, okay? They're not free. They cost money. They make a living off of it. So let me tell you something. Let me put you on some game. All this stuff about I'm not going to do shit for a man until I'm his wife, until I'm his girlfriend, throw that shit out the window. You want a man to treat you like a wife from day one? Start acting like a wife. You want a man to be a husband from day one and start doing husband things like bankrolling you and taking care of you? Start being a wife for day one. Be careful who you invest in. Be careful about the men that you spend your time with. Don't just do this for a guy that doesn't have any emotion in his life. Like, I think that my ex at the time, she thought that I was doing something and she knew this. And she later admitted to me, like, when I saw you and I saw how busy you were and I saw how well-behaved your dog was and everything like that, I knew immediately that you were dedicated, you were going to grow and you were going to be successful. So even if a man is not ultra rich right now, if he's on the path to do so, invest into him. I promise you it'll pay off later. Women are the ultimate investors in the world. Okay, let me tell you this right now. Women are the ultimate investors. Everybody talk about how like Warren Buffett, Ray Dalio, you know who the best investor is? Their wives, okay? The women that marry these men, the quickest way to become a billionaire is to marry one. The quickest way to become a millionaire is to marry one. invest into the right man, and I promise you, life will pay you back tenfold. If you guys want more advice like this, follow my channel, subscribe to me, message me on Instagram. I hope this video was helpful. I just wanted to tap in with you guys today. Love you guys, appreciate you guys. Until next time, peace.